Um, you know what I'm saying? I started selling records when I was 19 years old. It was me and Hitman Slade. You know, I had my cassette, two songs on the cassette. He had two songs on the cassette. I was standing on the corner of Nostrand and Fulton Street. At the time, it was a eyeglass spot. Now I believe they sell hot dogs. Uh, we was sitting there just every single day knocking out 20 to 50 cassettes easy. You know what I'm saying? It was like $5 each. So at that time, you gotta think, you know, you're making 250, you know, sometimes $300 a day selling cassettes, and it just had two songs on it. So we was racking up, man. I mean, going in crazy. You know, it was at the point where, you know, I could get 1,000 cassettes on consignment and knock those 1,000 off and go back, and then, like, you know, the people would be so happy that we were selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? We was selling so many cassettes, it was like crazy. From where we was getting copies from to the place where I was getting cassettes. They know who I was. They knew when I was coming. You know, they knew what time it was, and it was like, you know, everything was so. It was at the lowest cost you can imagine. So everything for me was straight profit. It took me pennies to put those cassettes together, and I made dollars. So for me, everything was just like straight profit, just all cash, and it was just like, you know, bankrolling. It took it to the point where I was able to record more songs, and I put together a CD, which was my first underground CD called As I Rise. It was like a mixtape for people that's out there that don't understand. Like, it wasn't really a mixtape because all the beats was original, all the songs was original. So it was, to me, it was my first album, and it had 10 songs on it. And I started selling that for $10. It was like $1 a song. I just went in, you know, from right there, from Nostrand and Fulton Street, and that's where it all started at, on Nostrand and Fulton. And I took it from there, and I developed this walk through Manhattan, and it was just me and him, me and Hitman Slade going crazy with the cassettes. We was going crazy with our CDs. We was just putting in so much work, and just going forward every day, just doing what we did every single day. You know what I'm saying? It could be raining outside. We'd be out there with our stuff. It could be snow. You know, God forbid, it was a sunny day. Man, we stayed out there a whole day and all night. Especially if it was the summertime. Man, I remember going home and then coming back. And then, like, people was feeling us so much that when we was giving them our flyers, we were giving out these poster size flyers, they was just taking them and putting them on poles, like gluing them on the poles, just to know, let people know that we were out. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, people was feeling us that much. They was really loving us. And it's like right now, it's like, wow. It's like, you know, to be underground the way I'm underground in New York. You know, it's no other person that could say they did what I did in New York. There's no other individual that could say they are on the same level as me when it comes to being underground, truly independent. I'm not signed to any other label, no subsidiary. It's my own company that I put together myself. It's my own music that I put together with my own two hands. There's no other artist that can say that, and that's when I came up with the word artistpreneur. You know, I'm like an entrepreneur and I'm an artist at the same time. So I'm like an artistpreneur, you know, and I did everything on my own. That's why, you know, I say you can't get rid of me. You can't get rid of somebody like me. I'm gonna keep putting out music. I'm gonna keep putting out records. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Only thing that can stop me is God. Only God can stop me. You know what I'm saying? There's no label that could be like, oh, we ain't putting out your record. I put out my own record. I took time off. I come back. I do what I want. You know what I'm saying? My life is a vacation. So what are you gonna do? You gonna tell me, oh, you gotta take some time off? You can't tell me that. I take time off when I want. I come back when I want. I do what I want. When I come back, maybe I'm gonna come back with a few people. You never know. But I know I ain't never gonna stop.